opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network. And hello, everybody. Welcome inside a Tuesday episode of Running Point on ysnlive.com. Brought to you by our good friends, top right-hand corner of the screen. You know where to find them. It's Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. And, man, we are so excited to do so as we are winding down, seeing the horizon of the fall sports season. I mean, it's right there. Football playoffs are 3 weeks away, 2 more weeks of regular season. You got volleyball, soccer playoffs starting, and then golf is in the state, cross country is in the state, tennis is in the state. So we have a lot of things either winding down or figuring out, finishing up regular season play with football. So it's going to be a fun time. This is always the funnest time of every season, right? When we start talking about the games that we separate the good from the great, win or go home. This is how you make legacies, right? Soccer got our postseason coverage started last night with their team sports, as they got results in from their tournament games. We are going to pop up the scoreboard on ysnlive.com. Pop it up on your screen. The YSN scoreboard is a great tool for the fans, whether you are at one of the games or watching one of our broadcasts. Either way, you don't want to look away from the screen for too long. And the YSN scoreboard is a great way to get live updated scores across the YSN family, whether it be your heated rivals or maybe your best friends. Either way, this tool is the best way to find out what's going on in the area. So the YSN scoreboard, it can be found at ysnlive.com/scores. And it is presented very proudly by Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs. Let's flip over to Monday. Usually the scoreboard doesn't switch over until I'm done with it. So let's go to the 14th. Last night we had girls soccer tournaments, one boys soccer game. It's regular season action in PA. One more week of regular season for Beaver and Mohawk. Then that was postponed to today. So that game did not get played between Beaver and Riverside. Mohawk girls, that's a regular season game. They did play. They fell to Riverside 3-0. So let's go into tournament action. Brookfield and Northwestern. It is Northwestern with a 6-0 win over the Warriors, ending their season. Springfield gets the run. I almost said run rule. We're not in softball. And gets the mercy rule. Win in halftime, 8-0 over LeBray. Reminder, if you are new to soccer, the team in the tournament is up by 8 goals anytime, either at halftime or beyond, the game will end. That is the mercy rule in tournament soccer, so that's how it will go. So Springfield ends that game at halftime with LeBray. Grand Valley moving on as they get the win over Lake Center Christian 4-0. CVCA gets the win over Boardman, ending the Spartan season with a 2-0 win. Howland, no problems with Midview. They win 7-0. Same thing with Canfield, no problems with Talmadge. They win 4-0. We go on. Lakeside falls to Holy Name 8-0. The final score there. Edgewood falls to Crestwood 8-1. The final score. West Branch, no trouble with Ravenna 8-0. Final score for the Warriors. Ursuline falls to Canton South 2-0. Salem, they get the win over Struthers at home 3-1. The final score there. Perry all over Jefferson 8-0. The final score in that one. They're moving on. Lakeview gets the win over Garfield. 4 goals from McKenna Duran as they get the win 4-0 over Girard. That's the third time that those two teams played this year. Lakeview has the last laugh. Look at that. Field wins on penalty kicks over Orange, a heartbreaker for the Lions. Field gets 3-1 in the penalty kicks as they tie after regulation and overtime 1-1. We have Hubbard beating Conneaut 8-2, the final score in that one. Niles, the NEA champions, no trouble with Trinity. They win 8-0 to advance. And then last but not least, the regular season game between Hopewell and Beaver will be postponed to Wednesday. So just like the boys for Beaver, the girls have been postponed. So that's your tournament breakdown from the sectional finals on the girls' side from last night. We'll have some more sectional finals for girls soccer on a Thursday. But most of these games for sectional finals, I believe Salem was a sectional semifinal. No, they played Tuesday. Who was it? Well, I'm just going to look on the spreadsheet. This is why we make the spreadsheets. So let's go. All right, so wait. The Northwestern Brookfield game, that was a sectional semifinal. Springfield was a sectional semifinal. The Grand Valley win was a sectional semifinal. And I think the rest of those sectional finals on Thursday were already set. So here are the games that those teams advance to. Grand Valley will play at Chippewa on Thursday. Springfield will play at Waterloo on Thursday. That'll be an all YSN matchup. And then the Northwestern team that beat Brookfield, they'll play JFK on Thursday at JFK. District semifinals that are set, we'll see that Austintown Fitch will now play Green on Monday, October 21st, so that one is set. Hoban against Valley Forge on Monday, October 21st, that one's set. We have Howland, who advances to the district semis on Monday against Gilmore Academy. That'll be at Howland. Canfield will also play Monday at home against Aurora for the district semifinals. Louisville is going to play Copley at Copley on Monday for the district semifinal as well. District semifinals on Tuesday, October 22nd. We're going to have West Branch, who advanced. They'll play either Northwest or Tuslaw. That game still to be determined. Poland will play Canton South now. Salem will go to Firelands. Perry going to be hosting Woodridge. Lakeview goes to Chagrin Falls. Hubbard goes to Field. Niles hosts Elyria Catholic. And then we'll still have to figure out some other district semis after the games that go down on Thursday. So those are the ones that are set so far for girls soccer Monday and Tuesday of next week. So a lot of these teams will have a week off after they play one game. It'll be like that for most of the postseason. We can give you some stats for some of these games that we got reported in to ysnlive.com. So why not give them out? Let's start with the Niles game. Niles, the NE8 champions, they go on to win pretty handily in the districts. The final score there was 8-0. A lot of players were able to score goals. Starting with Callie Rogers and Carrington Stanford, they had 1 goal apiece, 1 assist as well. Taylor Bickerstaff had a goal. Jasmine Smith and Brianna Perez Buxton all had goals as well. Maddie Yost had a goal and an assist. And Niles will play Illinois Catholic on the 22nd. We go to Howland and how they got their win. Maddie Schmitz had 2 goals and an assist. Gracie Vilwalk had 2 goals of her own. Ava Yanucci, 2 goals for her, 2 assists as well. Markella Gentis had 1 goal. Ava Booth had an assist. Taylor Fairchild had 5 saves. Lakeview, like I said, they had 4 goals from McKenna Duran in their win over Girard. 4-0 was the final there, so a big day for Duran. Salem, they got the win over Struthers, and we had stats from them. Gabby Coletta and Maddie Andres, Reese Davidson Chuck, and Riley Davidson Chuck all had goals. Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's 4 people and 3 goals. Delaney Callahan and Carly Sampson had assists. Paige Minnow had 1 save in the back of the net. Struthers was led by Caitlin Kimball, who scored the lone goal for the Wildcats. Ava Croyle played well in front of the net, 14 saves. So it could have been a lot worse because Salem pretty much dominated the shots on goal category. But Ava Croyle kept the Wildcats in it. West Branch, Ellie Tucker had 3 goals for them. 1 goal from Emma Kingensmith, Katie Schroeder, Allie Bramer, and Presley Egli. Grace Bates also had a goal as well. Let's see, you had assists from Brammer, Klingensmith, and Egli. They all had assists. Sophia Doris and Eliza Hurst had assists for West Branch. Aubrey Eaton and Taylor Muniz both got time in the goal, and they both had the shutout, the clean slate. West Branch moving on to Tuslaw or Northwest. Their next opponent has not been determined yet. Let's see, did I miss any? I think I missed one. We got a recap from Springfield, so let's go over their big stat getters. Maddie Page had 3 goals. Hannah Stoffer had 2 goals. Sammy Schaefer had a goal and an assist. Christina Vecchione and Kaylee Nimmons both had goals as well. Ali Guerrero had a shutout in the goal as the goalkeeper. Springfield plays Thursday against Waterloo. That'll be a rematch inside the MVAC. So there you go. Those are some of the stats that we got. Keep an eye on recaps for boys soccer tonight. And if we get any more stats throughout the day, ysnlive.com. Make sure to keep an eye on that. We are going to take a break here on Running Point as that concludes our recap of last night's action. When we come back, we have a player profile to get to from Lakeview Girls Soccer. Lorelei Lowe will be featured on today's episode of Running Point. That is coming up next. Running Point always brought to you by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather
very dangerous.
And on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Running Point on YSNLive.com, brought to you by our good friends, top right-hand corner of the screen right there. Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, they go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. And you all know one of the ways we do that, of course, is our player profiles. We like to feature on this show, the player profiles that we have been gathering all season long. We're going to continue that trend today from Lakeview Girls Soccer, who got the win last night to advance into districts. Lorelei Lowe, one of their leaders, going to be featured on today's show. So I hope you enjoy this interview. It was a great one, and what a great team that has a great core of leadership, and she is a big reason why. So please enjoy this interview with Lorelei Lowe from Lakeview Girls Soccer. Anthony Herwig here. We have a Lakeview Girls Soccer player profile. We're joined by Lorelei Lowe. Lorelai, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Senior year, what is it like knowing like this is your last ride? What have you been dealing with emotion wise, mentally wise, just trying to get yourself ready for, the last ride?
A lot, to be honest. Especially this last year is like with my sister and stuff, and she's a freshman, so that's kind of hard. But other than that, honestly, it's kind of exciting.
It timed out, right? Your sister got up to a freshman year right as you were a senior. So
Yeah.
how much has it been special to you to share this 1 year with her?
Very, very special, especially when we were like younger. We played together too, so it feels like full circle almost.
It isn't a surprise. You knew this was coming. It's been, you do the math. You realize, okay, I'm going to be a senior when you're a freshman. What were the talks before this year about, okay, are you ready to be on the same team? Are you ready to kind of go out there and compete together?
Yeah, most of it was, are you guys just going to argue the whole time? Are you going to bicker the whole time? And I was like, no, I swear, like, we'll be nice.
Have you lived up to that promise? Have you stayed away from arguing with her on the field?
For the most part, I would say, yeah.
We love our siblings, but they always know how to kind of poke the bear a little bit. So
Yeah.
what ways have they what can she do to really like, what's the button she presses?
She's not very confident when she plays, so I wish she would carry the ball more or, play with a little bit more confidence, because then, I feel we'd be more successful if she would just play confidently.
All right, so we poked her a little bit. We're throwing a little bit of fun shade, but now that we're done with that, let's just talk about like what you love most about having a sister on the team and what that relationship is like.
I think it's super special, especially me and my sister have always been really close. Because our family, we move around all the time because my dad was in the Marine Corps. So, I mean, we would move to somewhere and then it's, me and my sister against the world, I guess. So, having her on the same team as me for my last run is really special.
As we hear in your house, you'll never miss the new hour.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I love it. That's the first time that's ever happened on an interview, so we love it. So let's talk about that family as a whole. Like you said, you're moving around a lot, which means sometimes you have to define your home by who you're around. So how have you guys been able to just kind of find a home in Cortland and Lakeview, and what has made it feel like home to you?
Well, all my family lives in Ohio, so that's why we decided to come back here. And like, I've made a ton of great friends here, especially like on the soccer team. I would say that's pretty much where all my friends came from, because I only moved here my sophomore year. So I've only been playing here for 3 years. So, making that relationship with people on the team is super special.
Let's talk about your whole soccer journey. When did you kind of pick up this sport? Why was it soccer that kind of stuck around with you?
So when I was 4, I lived in North Carolina. So that was like the big sport there at the time. So my mom just kind of threw me into it and I stuck with it.
Is there something you love about it that keeps you coming back to it?
Honestly, I think it's definitely like the team aspect. And obviously I enjoy scoring and winning. So that keeps me pretty motivated.
I think when we look at your stats, we realize how much you like scoring. I mean, it's right there in the numbers. What's that feeling like? Take us through the feeling when you're on a breakaway and you realize that you have that chance to put the ball in the net. What's going through your mind?
It's very, very, very nerve-wracking. I used to like freak out a lot more than I do now, but most of the time it's okay, like I'm gone, place the ball. And then I pick a side and I feel like everything goes like quiet and then place.
There's a lot of running in soccer, constantly running. Everyone that we talk to from the soccer side of sports tells us it's different conditioning, right? So what keeps you in shape? What keeps you conditioned through a long soccer season?
I mean, I do track, and I do long distance, so I have to, try and keep my miles up and stuff. And my sister does cross country as well. So, some days I'll go out with her and like ride my bike while she runs, or like I'll go out and run like 2-3 miles, but nothing crazy.
Do you also kind of use running as stress reliever when you just need to get out? Is running a type of thing that you can use when you just need to take your mind off stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, then you just listen to music. You're outside, fresh air. It's very relaxing.
Do you ever like count your miles? How much you think you run in a week or maybe in a month? Like, do you ever count them?
I have, yeah. I don't really know what the most has been, just because I don't have that at the top of my head. But like, I have a watch and everything that tracks it all.
Oh man, I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure that number gets high. Let's talk about getting ready for a soccer match in a night. What are some of your game day routines to get yourself in that right mental zone before the game starts?
I get out of school pretty early, like 12:30. So I usually come home. I'll eat, something good for lunch, and then maybe if I'm feeling like it, like a little energy drink, or I'll take a nap and then get dressed. I usually, put my uniform on. Then I do my hair, put my socks on, and then I'm ready to go.
Gotta love the good pregame nap, right?
Yeah.
I mean, oh, it's right there. What's your favorite pregame meal? Like, what kind of things do you eat on a game day to get your body right?
Usually I'll have like a peanut butter and jelly with blueberries and strawberries, and then I'll have like a bag of goldfish or something.
Now that has to be light pregame. So what do you eat like postgame after a big win? You want to celebrate. What's your postgame meal look like?
Last night I had chicken parmesan with pasta.
There it is. That's a great postgame meal. When you think about things that you're proud of, you're going to walk down that aisle, in Lakeview in the spring, you're going to graduate, get your diploma. You're going to reflect a lot on the things you've been able to do, whether it be on the field or maybe off the field in the school. What are some things that you've been able to achieve in your 3 years at Lakeview that have really made you proud of yourself?
Past 2 years, I got second team all district. So that was pretty cool. I believe sophomore and last year, I was the highest scoring player on my team. Assisting as well is super important. And I just feel like being able to lead my team, whether, captain or not, I think that's super important.
You are, one of the area's best leaders when it comes to the leadership qualities you have. Why would you define yourself as a leader? What kind of qualities do you think you bring to the table when it comes to leadership?
I would say I'm fairly outspoken. I will say what I'm thinking. I don't really sugarcoat things, so maybe that. And I try and motivate the best I can while also staying true and honest and, taking care of my teammates and everything, sticking up for them when no one else will.
Who are some people growing up that kind of showed you how to be a leader and you kind of got those leadership qualities from?
Definitely my dad and, two coaches I had growing up. One is Coach Brian and Coach Roberto. Those two influenced me entirely. They always stuck up for us. Always, were there for their athletes. And my dad has just always been there for me and kind of been my voice of reason, because when I get upset or if I want to say something, but I probably shouldn't, he usually, guides me through that so I don't make a mistake.
Since your high school journey is almost over, what do you have on the horizon? What's some of the future plans after high school?
I plan on attending Kent State University. Right now, my major is political science, but that might change. Who knows? And I'm probably going to play club soccer there at Kent, so to stay active and everything.
What, you said political science is a track you want to go down. What has driven you to that study and trying to get into that track?
Since I was little, I've always enjoyed the idea of being a lawyer. I always liked watching the lawyer TV shows. I liked following politics from a very young age, and that definitely is also some of my dad's influence for sure. So it's just always been something I was drawn to.
When you think about some things that you want to accomplish in life, do you have any long-term goals? You want to be here in your life by the time you're whatever age? Do you have anything like that you think about?
I'm not sure. The only thing is I definitely want to be closer to the beach once I'm older. like retire on the beach or something, but
Nothing wrong with that. Like, I know you got a long way to go before retirement, but beach
Yeah.
sounds really good when you went through Ohio weather for a while.
Yeah.
Are we talking like down South Beach or like maybe like a North Carolina beach?
Like a North Carolina beach.
Yeah, North Carolina girl. That's right. If you could live anywhere, you're going to college in Ohio, but if you could go anywhere, is there like a place where that's like a dream spot?
North Carolina. I mean, I don't know if maybe it's because I grew up there, because I went North Carolina to California to Michigan back to here. So I spent the most time in North Carolina. So it just has like a special place.
I think your family and your friends are kind of glad you didn't say California because that's pretty far away. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite vacation you guys have been able to go on as a family?
2 years ago, I believe it was, we went back to North Carolina and we had like a beach house. We saw all of our old friends and stuff. And it had been like, I don't know, 8 years or something since I had like seen them in person. So that was super fun.
What is a dream vacation? A spot you've never been to, but you would love to go there?
Like Greece, Italy, Europe, somewhere.
Do you have any foreign languages? Like, is there anywhere overseas that if they put you there, you'd be able to not maybe fluently speak the language, but get by enough to kind of know what you're doing?
I mean, I'm in Spanish 3 right now, so I could maybe say a sentence in Spanish if I went to like Spain or wherever. But other than that, I'm lost.
Those 3 years have really been worth it, huh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about just role models real quick. I mean, we talked about the people that have taught you how to lead, but also I want to talk about the people that just give you advice and get you through tough times. Who are some of the role models you have in your life?
My parents, obviously, my mom especially. Anytime something's wrong or I need something, I always go to my mom before I go to anyone. I would, obviously, my coaches too. Other than that, I don't really know. I like my mom definitely the most is my person.
What's the biggest form of advice do you think your mom has given you over your life?
Probably not to worry what other people say or think about you, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. In 10 years, 5 years, it's not going to matter.
All right, before we let you go, this is something that we do with all of our player profiles. At the end, we like to give them the chance to take the spotlight off themselves for a little bit and give kind of a spotlight to their support system, the people that are always in their corner. So I want to give you the time to give out some thank yous, give out some shout outs to the people that you wouldn't be where you are without.
My coaches, my parents, my sister, and, all the friends that I have here, like, Jalen, Kylie, Addie B, Addie A, everyone.
Sure there's not an Addie C in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Addie A, B. All right, guys, everyone out there, you deserve the shout out. You deserve a great lift up, and that's why we like to end this player profile the way we do. Lorelai, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, talking about your senior season. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way, and we can't wait to talk again real soon.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, that was Lorelai Lowe from Lakeview Girls Soccer joining me a couple of weeks ago. What a great player profile that was. Lakeview advances last night into districts, and they will play in the district semifinals at Chagrin Falls next week. So can't wait for that. And we will go from there back into the scoreboard, and we will preview what's going on tonight. Let's see. We'll go into the scoreboard, brought to you by Burnett Pool, Spas, and Hot Tubs. We'll go from Monday into Tuesday. For those of you that are new to the scoreboard, you toggle days at the bottom right here. You can see all the dates of the last 7 days. I should say the next 7 days. And you just go to the date you want. So here we go. We do have some volleyball in tonight. Mohawk and Beaver like soccer in their last week of the regular season. But East Liverpool and Beaver Local, these are tournament games. So Beaver Local will start their tournament match tonight against Philo at home. East Liverpool will also be home against Cambridge. So Good luck to both those teams in tournament action. Beaver in regular season play will have Ambridge, and Mohawk in regular season play will travel to Riverside. Boys soccer tournament action, Salem and Benedictine tonight. Edgewood and Edgewood and Conneaut tonight. Perry goes to Ravenna. We have Keystone coming to Ursuline. Gerard will be on the road against Akron Manchester. Jefferson will go to Lakeview. South Range is at home against Columbia. You have Warren JFK going to Crestview tonight. Pymatuning Valley going to go to Berkshire. Newton Falls hosts Independence. Brookfield goes to Waterloo. We have Mohawk in regular season action against Elwood City. And Beaver also in regular season action against Riverside. Beaver girls soccer will be in action tonight at home against Hopewell. And again, those games in PA will be regular season games. These are sectional finals from boys soccer. So winners go into the district semis. Look at these matchups. Only one that's two that are YSN versus YSN. Oh, three. 1, 2, 3. I'm all confused, right? I'm all confused. Edgewood Conneaut will be all YSN. Jefferson Lakeview will be all YSN. Brookfield Waterloo, and then JFK Crestview. So 4 actually. I went from 1 to 4 in the span of about 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. My brain said 1, and then I saw 1, and I saw another 1, and then I just talked myself into realizing there were 4. Oh, what a day. But we will have Gary Leininger, our ace photographer, to get back to reality a little bit. He will be at the JFK Crestview soccer game. So if you're out there supporting either one of those teams, one, make sure to stop Gary and thank him for all his time, because his photos make our website look awesome. Our website would not look the way it does without his photography. It would actually look pretty bland. I'm sad to say, pretty bland without the photography that Gary puts out there. But he also puts them up on SmugMug, which is a place where you can buy game photos from. So if you see him, make sure to stop him. He'll be wearing a shirt with a QR code on his back. That QR code will take you right to SmugMug, where you can buy pictures of not just tonight's game, but all the games he's been to this season, whether it be football, boys soccer, girls soccer, volleyball, whatever sport you're looking for. You can find them on SmugMug in their archive. So if you want to go back and buy a picture from last year or 2 years ago, I think it goes back to 2019 even. You can there's a search bar, so you can search your team. I want to find pictures of Gerard, and then Gerard will pop up, and you'll go through all the folders, and most of them are dated. I definitely made him start dating the pictures. But if they're not dated, you can just kind of there's easy ways to find what year that is. You just go to Max Preps, you find the schedule, and you go, oh, this year they played so-and-so on this date, so it must be from this year. And there are pictures from a while back on SmugMug, so make sure to go over to there and check those out. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's episode of Running Point. I know it's a little bit later than most days, but we will have less and less games as days go on, so we will find more content, more player profiles, more stories to tell. But for today, we are going to end it a little early. We will have, actually, you know what? Before we get out of here, though, I do want to give the daily reminder during tournament time. That's why we will not have broadcast scheduled tonight. I don't believe anyone has stepped up to sponsor any of tonight's games. These are up for sponsorship. These are the only ways that we're going to be out to broadcast these games live, is if they're sponsored, because of the fee that the OHSA puts on us to stream them. We have to pay that some way. We don't want to do pay-per-view for girls soccer, boys soccer, or volleyball. We want to make sure those fans get to watch those games for free. So the only way that we can do that is pay-per-view. Not pay-per-view, I'm sorry, sponsorship. So if you're interested in having your team's games in the tournament be broadcasted, reach out to YSN. We'll tell you about the sponsorship and then what it costs and then all the stuff that you get with it and all that fun stuff. So make sure to reach out to us if you want your team's games in the tournament on ysnlive.com. Otherwise, we'll try to be there with reporters. We'll try to be there with cameras. We'll try to be there with stats and recaps the best we possibly can. But unfortunately, we just won't be able to live broadcast those games once again because it makes sense. If you're thinking about it, like we have over 60 schools, right? So we can't pick and choose which ones we're oh man, I just feel like going to this South Range game. So I'm just gonna pick that one up. I'll pick up that tab. We can't, in good heart, good faith, do that on our own. We can't just say, hey, we're gonna cover this one because we feel like it and we'll pay that fee, but we won't go do anything else. We don't feel that's fair. But it is fair to say, hey, this team got sponsored. And that's the only fair way to do it, where we obviously cannot cover every tournament game. Everyone gets in. There are way too many games to cover everything. But we also don't want to be put in a position where we get to just pick and choose what games we want to go to. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we have been doing, and it has worked pretty dang well over the last couple of years. We've had a lot of great, exciting tournament games because of wonderful sponsors. So once again, same deal that it has been throughout the last couple of years in sports, pretty much not named football. We do the football pay-per-view because it makes money. But everything else is going to be sponsored only. So once again, if you're interested in having your team's tournament games get sponsored, reach out to us at ysnlive.com. Or, by the way, in the same venue, if you're just interested in advertising with YSN, it's a great way to kind of get set up for the winter sports season. ysnlive.com/advertise has all the packages we offer for sponsorships and advertisement there. So make sure to check that out and all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in today. One of our great sponsors, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown, the sponsor of this show and a lot of the things that we do at YSN. We thank them for their sponsorship. We thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you all tomorrow. Scotty Venture will be my sidecar.